This chart shows a typical 5-day work week for most professionals working with data. 4 of those days are consumed entirely by manual prep, cleaning text, formatting columns, and wrestling with CSV exports. That leaves exactly 1 day for actual analysis. Microsoft has rolled out dozens of powerful automation features specifically to fix this imbalance. The dilemma is straightforward. Learning how to automate your work requires upfront time that you simply do not have right now. This quadrant chart outlines our evaluation framework. We are going to examine 10 modern workflow accelerators and judge them entirely on their return on investment. The horizontal axis measures the learning curve in hours, and the vertical axis tracks the actual time saved every month. Escaping the manual data trap requires an active choice. You have to trade your short-term operational comfort for long-term automated architecture. Our first category features low-hanging fruit. These are upgrades with an almost non-existent learning curve that yield an immediate impact on your execution speed. Tool number 1 is Alt-Key ribbon navigation. Memorizing a handful of sequential keystrokes allows you to access any tool in Excel, completely eliminating the need to move your hand to the mouse and back. The cost is a highly frustrating first week, where you have to physically force yourself to ignore the mouse. After that, your navigation speed doubles. Looking at our chart, this sits perfectly in the top left quadrant. Right next to it on the chart goes Tool 2, In-Cell Data Bars. Instead of building a standalone chart every time you need to check for anomalies, you apply conditional data bars directly over your raw numbers to instantly spot extreme high and low values. The risk here is visual clutter. Apply data bars to too many columns at once, and a clean spreadsheet quickly degrades into unreadable noise. Our third tool rounds out this quadrant. Pivot table slicers let you right-click any standard drop-down filter and convert it into a highly visible, clickable button. It turns a static pivot table into a one-click interactive dashboard for your stakeholders in seconds. These 3 tools will absolutely speed up your daily execution, but they share a limitation. You are still relying entirely on manual data manipulation. Moving into the medium effort category requires unlearning your legacy formula habits and replacing them with modern dynamic arrays. Tool 4 is XLOOKUP. This is the definitive VLOOKUP replacement. It removes the need to manually count columns, and it safely handles reverse lookups by splitting the search and return arrays. Mapping this on our chart, XLOOKUP lands directly in the middle zone. The strict trade-off here is backward compatibility. If you send an XLOOKUP file to a client using a pre-2021 version of Excel, your entire report will break and display errors. Tool 5 is the combination of unique, sort, and take. By nesting these 3 array formulas together, Excel will automatically extract a list of unique variables, rank them in order, and output a clean top 5 list without you touching the raw data. The operational catch with these dynamic arrays is formatting. The raw data spills effortlessly across your rows, but currency or percentage formats do not follow the text natively, requiring manual cleanup. Transitioning to these functions forces a mental shift. You are no longer writing a static formula inside a single cell. You are designing a flexible data architecture that expands and contracts automatically. This dynamic logic also solves one of the most destructive spreadsheet habits: manually filtering, copying, and pasting subsets of data to a new tab. Tool 6 combines the filter and choose calls functions. This allows you to programmatically extract specific rows based on strict criteria, while simultaneously selecting exactly which columns to pull over. Keeping our chart updated, this lands firmly in the medium effort tier. The trade-off is that spilled arrays are strictly read-only. If you try to manually edit a single cell within that output block, the entire formula collapses. Tool 7 completes this category. Pivot Table Show Values As. A simple right-click lets you override default sums, generating complex percentage weightings or running totals internally, bypassing the need for clumsy formulas sitting outside your pivot table. These medium-effort upgrades successfully protect your raw data integrity, but to use them, you must completely surrender manual control over your individual output cells. Our final category introduces the heavyweights. These tools require intense effort to learn, but they are designed to completely automate your most repetitive workflows. Tool 8 is automated formula bucketing using the IFS function. Instead of manually grouping pivot table dates or values every month, you write a layered logic sequence that programmatically categorizes incoming data the moment it hits your spreadsheet. Back on the chart, this jumps to the top right quadrant. The initial time required to map out nested logic is high, and a single misplaced comma will cause syntax errors during setup. Pushing into the extreme top right is Tool 9, Power Query for Web and External Scraping. By establishing a direct living connection to an external URL or SharePoint folder, you eliminate the weekly routine of downloading, renaming, and importing CSV files entirely. And Tool 10 completes our chart, Power Query Step Recording. You can trim spaces, fix broken dates, and filter out nulls, and Excel records those actions as an unbreakable macro, all without you needing to write a single line of VBA code. But Power Query has a major vulnerability. It is an incredibly literal machine. If your IT department changes a source column header from sales_Q1 to Q1_sales, your entire automated query will instantly break. Mastering Power Query demands a steep cognitive climb, but the return on that investment is permanent. It elevates your job description from a manual data cleaner to an automated data architect. This decision tree outlines exactly where you should invest your time today. Achieving true speed is not about learning all 10 tools at once. It is about matching a tool's specific ROI to your most painful daily bottleneck. If you are the time-poor analyst drowning in ad hoc reporting tasks, ignore Power Query entirely for now. Focus strictly on low-effort upgrades. Master your alt shortcuts, implement data bars, and use pivot slicers. If you act as a system optimizer building dashboards for other stakeholders, you need stability. Transition immediately to dynamic arrays, XLOOKUP, filter, and choose calls to ensure your reports update securely and automatically. And if you are currently stuck as the data janitor, spending hours cleaning raw extracts, abandon standard formulas completely. Invest a full weekend into learning the basics of Power Query. The upfront cognitive load will be massive, and you will likely break a few queries along the way. But once those pipelines are built, manual data prep is permanently removed from your workload. Select the upgrade path that fits your specific reality. Accept the unavoidable learning curve, implement the architecture, and reclaim your time.